to all, and welcome to the Ear-Wicker podcast. Follow along with our host, Vince Corkery, as he discusses a broad range of musical topics, with interviews of top players, club owners, producers, and engineers that make it all happen. Your virtual backstage pass. Remember to like and subscribe to this podcast, and of course, it's free.
You knock me out. Yeah, you knock me out. Well, you make me shout.
Welcome all to the Ear-Wicker podcast, and today we have a very special guest, guitar player, singer, songwriter, an engineer, sound engineer, and a great guy. We got Billy Engel.
Well, I don't know about the last part, but
no. Hey, appreciate you coming over here. I know you don't live that close. So,
well, it's a small town. I appreciate you asking me.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm glad you're
thanks.
here. And did you grow up in St. Louis?
Well, from about 11 years old on. I was born in Indianapolis, so started off there. Moved here when I was about 11 or so. Yeah.
Were you playing any instruments by then, 11, or were you interested? What got you into music?
I was, actually. I think it was probably the Beatles that got me into it. And I started, well, actually, I don't know. It might have been Elvis, because I actually started taking guitar lessons when I was 9, when I was still living in Indianapolis. And my parents were very encouraging about all us kids in terms of the arts. Both of my sisters were ballerinas, and I got into guitar, and so they got me lessons right away. They said, that's great if you want to learn to play guitar, but you're going to have to sit in your room and practice for a half an hour every day. And they got me, they found the guy who actually played guitar with the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. So I had a good teacher there, and then I moved here. When we moved here, I had a great teacher, too. You might have known Dave Mortland. He was a fantastic guy, fantastic guitar player. And so I kind of took lessons from him for, I don't know, it's probably another 5 years, give or take, after we moved here. He was like one of the preeminent jazz guitarists in St. Louis in the 50s, 60s. Yeah. He did a lot of commercial work at Technosonic. He played in the Technosonic was the big studio here in St. Louis, like from the late 1920s up until it closed when they tore it down to build the Galleria. But he back in those days, he played with the Muni Pit Orchestra, because it was more like a house band kind of thing back then. All the big Broadway shows, they didn't bring their own musicians with them. They brought a conductor, and the conductor had charts for everything, and they learned a new show every week. And so he played in that. Wow. Yeah, it was fun to go down. I'd go down to the Muni with my family, and we'd see him. I'd say hi to him down in the pit. Yeah.
That's inspiring.
He's a great guy.
Too. When did you start playing in bands?
Well, my first public performance was the last day of 5th grade. Wow. I took my first electric guitar, an amp, and a mic, and I played Beatles songs for my 5th grade class.
That's cool.
So,
remember which songs you played?
I wish I could. I know I had the black turtleneck, I had to have the look to meet the Beatles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I don't remember which songs I played, and I probably only played a few. But yeah. So then I started getting bands together, like at the beginning of junior high, as we called it back then. So seventh grade, seventh grade, I started playing with bands. Yeah.
Wow. Did you continue your music instruction? Did you go on to college music, or did
I did. Well, I went to Webster, but I only went for about a semester and a half, and then I dropped out. Yeah. For a couple different reasons. I was actually, like a professional working musician by that point.
Oh.
The bands I was playing in were, we were playing local gigs and stuff like that.
You remember some of the bands you were in?
Well,
But I know you're going back a little bit.
it's going back further than anybody, would remember unless they're as old as me. But yeah, the first, well, in the tradition of all the bands that had English names, because of the Beatles. I think the name of my first band was the Essex.
Oh.
And then the first, really good, really serious band, that band was playing like Secret Agent Man, and it was playing some Beatles songs and some stuff like that.
Yeah.
The stuff that was big at the time. And I played at my junior high with some dances with that band. But then towards the end of high school, first kind of more serious band was a band called Spring. And it was a really good band. It was 6 people, so we had a female vocalist and 3 guitars, really, and bass and drums. And we were doing stuff like Buffalo Springfield and Poco, and but also like Yes and Mamas and the Papas. So we were kind of all over the map. Because we had good vocals, so we did a lot of vocal.
Do you remember
oriented
some
stuff
of
like
some of the venues you were gigging?
the Rainy Days Club.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
And mainly we played in terms of clubs, we were still underage, so we didn't play too many clubs or bars. We played Rainy Days. We played what was the place over in Collinsville? I'm trying to remember the name of that, and it's escaping me at the moment.
Like the Greener? No.
We played at I played at the Granary, but that was later on. But we mainly kind of played high school dances.
Oh, wow, okay.
We did a lot of those out in West County. We were all from West County, so we did a lot of those.
Nice. You're a sound engineer, and
Yeah.
you have a home studio, and it's called Ears. Yeah. And what is the acronym?
Oh, it's really clever.
Okay.
It's Engel Audio and Recording Studios.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I borrowed, at one point there was a quote from George Martin. It was, "All you need is ears." So,
yeah. Well, George is the man.
He knew what he was talking
right.
about.
So when did you start doing? You did it professionally
Recording as
an engineer.
Yeah. Well, I built my first studio. It wasn't for me. I was teaching guitar in Creve Coeur at a music store called Don Fetty Music.
Oh.
And Don was a great guy, and he was a jazz keyboardist. And he would have jam sessions over at his house. He owned a couple of nice old Revox 15 IPS 2-track machines and a small board. And he liked to record his jam sessions. And he asked me if I wanted to play at one. And I said, well, yeah, sure, I'd love to, but I'd also love to record it for you. So he let me handle the recording of it. I'd already been into, I was kind of a techno nerd in all the bands I was in. So I had already bought an early TIAC 4-track recorder, and I'd been playing around with that, recording the band.
Right.
So I kind of built a studio for him to begin with. Wow. Yeah. And recorded a few people there, like the Sheiks. Before they were the Sheiks, they were the Spoon River Band.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they recorded there, and a couple other people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So and then I didn't build my own first studio of my own in my home until I don't know. I guess it was late '70s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know. That goes back. I didn't realize that you started that in the 70s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you're still doing it, right? You're still recording, and I know you're still playing in a few bands today, right?
Yeah.
You're what are those bands?
Well, I have my own little trio with a couple of great guys, David Toretta on bass, and Mark Rogers on drums.
Right.
Or when Mark can't make it, a guy named Dennis Stringfield plays drums, who's another great player.
All right.
Yeah, we play kind of funky roots rock, older R&B and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's the name of that band?
Well, I think we're going to start calling it the Trio C'est La Vie.
Oh, all right. Now you have another band, The Deal, right?
Yeah, The Deal is a really fun kind of a dead jam band. Not kind of, it is a dead jam band, but I say
that's
kind
a
of.
good band. No, that's a good band.
I say kind of because I like to try to do interesting kind of mashups of, like we'll do a Grateful Dead song into a Beatles song, or a Grateful Dead song into Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
We do some stuff that I've also done on and off, like with my trio, like Neville Brothers, and
Nice.
we do some of the stuff that the Dead covered that they didn't write, like a couple Dylan songs and that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun to try to mash up,
Yeah.
combine two tunes together. Like there's a Grateful Dead song that I've loved for a long time called Eyes of the World. It's from Wake of the Flood.
Oh.
And we do that into What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And where do you play?
We play at the beer garden in Bevo, Das Bevo at Bevo Mill. We're actually playing this Thursday night at the Atomic Cowboy Lounge.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
From 5:30 to 8.
Oh,
This
great.
Thursday,
Yeah.
That's July 31st.
Yeah. That's, are you inside or outside?
We're inside.
Okay.
Yeah, we're playing in the. From what I understand, I haven't actually been down there since they reopened it, but
okay.
there's a couple different performance areas there, and we're just playing in I think it's the smallest one. It's they call it the lounge.
Oh, okay.
So but it's indoors.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the weather's supposed to break.
Supposed to break,
Yeah,
but
so-
yeah.
At least you'll be.
Yeah, we'll be inside
Yeah,
regardless. Yeah.
Oh, great. And do you have any CDs or recordings?
Personally, or of these bands?
Both, yeah.
Oh, both. Yeah. Well, I have a couple CDs of my own stuff that I've put out. The Deal does a couple of those the tunes from my more recent CD,
Oh, okay.
and so does my trio. The Deal doesn't have, any stuff that we've actually recorded to do like an album's worth of CD kind of stuff. We have some cool videos on YouTube that that we recorded when we first got together using my studio, but we actually recorded it outside on my back patio.
Oh, wow.
And
How do you get to that YouTube? Do you just type your name in? Or?
yeah, if you search The Deal, actually the pair I just mentioned to you, The Deal, Eyes of the World / What's Going On.
Okay.
You can find that one.
Great.
Another one we did out there on the patio live. It's a Jerry Garcia song that we're actually kind of named after. There's a song called The Deal, or it's just called Deal. And we did that into Get Back by the Beatles.
All right.
So if you search The Deal, Get Back,
Yeah.
you can find that one.
Yeah. I wonder if you search The Deal, maybe it'll all come up.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, it might. Yeah.
No, 'cause I'm interested. I'm going to check that out. So, yeah, I saw
Yeah.
you guys, maybe it's been a little while, last year maybe, but sound great. Great band.
Thanks.
you know.
Well, that kind of came about because I played with Jake's Leg, kind of the preeminent
and Jake
St. Louis
yes.
Grateful Dead tribute band in the late 80s. And I don't know if you know Azad Bogosian.
I know who he is.
Yeah, he's a really fine painter. He's got an exhibit up right now at the Duane Reade Gallery in the Central West End, so go check it out.
All right.
But he's also, I've known him since high school, back since the day of that band Spring that I mentioned. And so and he and I played with Jake's Leg together in the late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
After he left, he kind of started this offshoot band called Kerosene Willie, and but then right before the pandemic hit, he got in touch with me and said he wanted to put another band like that together. And including Dave Casper, who's the lead guitar player with Jake's Leg. And so Dave and I go back that far too, back to when I played with, and when I and Ozod played with Jake's Leg. And he's a great guy and fantastic guitar player. And it's really been fun to play with him again because he and I, back when I started playing with the Leg, he and I kind of developed this thing where, like on some songs, we might solo individually, but then we might solo together at the same time and just see what comes out. And it usually comes out pretty good. We have this very simpatico copacetic thing where we can play around one another. We're both doing solo lines, but they're complementing one another. So that adds this whole other fun dimension to the band. Both from a playing perspective and a listening perspective.
Yeah.
So.
No, you always have great musicians in that band. I remember, I know Phil Gomez.
Well,
bass, another great player.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, we'll keep a lookout for the deal at Bevo and
the Atomic Lounge, Atomic Cowboy
Thursday.
Lounge. That's this Thursday. Yeah,
from great.
Kind of early, 5:30 to 8.
Oh, that's perfect time, really.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this: do you have a worst gig?
A worst gig? Oh my gosh. Well, not really. Way back in the early days, after that really good band Spring, after we broke up after a few years, a couple of the guys that were in it and I, we formed a couple other bands, and we were trying to play various clubs around Missouri and Illinois, and being booked by Contemporary Productions. Yeah. But we really weren't doing what you'd call top 40 material, because I'd never really wanted to do top 40 material. So we got booked for a couple like proms in very small towns in Illinois, and it just didn't work. What we were playing wasn't really what people wanted to hear.
Well, conversely, do you have any favorite gigs? There's probably a lot of those.
Oh boy, wow, yeah. Let me think about that.
I know there's a lot of gigs in there, man.
Yeah, there are. And you might have to edit out a little silence here while I think about it.
No, that's fine. Yeah, think away. Yeah.
I mean, we played a lot of nice opening act gigs. A couple of the band, not that band Spring, but later on, the band I was in called Aero Memphis, which you might have heard of.
That, sure, yeah.
And we played down at the St. Louis. What was it called for? What it's called now? Just like the St. Louis Fair. We did some. Yeah.
That was the big, was that the July 4th?
Yeah, the big July 4th thing. We played down there a lot. Some of the other bands I was in that I haven't mentioned yet, I spent a year in L.A. playing with a band called Evening Stage, and that band got really close to making it, but did not. And then about 10 years later, I played with a band in San Francisco for about a year.
Oh, wow.
And that was, creatively and in terms of the songwriting and the musicianship, that might have been, if I had to say, a best band, but not really, because, Aero Memphis, for example, all great players. The people I play with now, all great players. Right. But the thing about this band in San Francisco, I got asked to join them from the guitar player who I had played with 10 years earlier in L.A. Oh. He was now living in San Francisco and playing with this band. And the leader of the band was a woman named Bonnie Hayes. And she is an incredibly talented singer, songwriter, keyboard player. She wrote several hits for Bonnie Raitt after this band that I'm talking about, which was called Bonnie Hayes and the Wild Combo. Oh, okay. After that band broke up, she toured with Billy Idol, and she toured with the Bangles, a couple other bands, really big bands. She toured with as a musician, but again, like I said, she also wrote Have a Heart, which was in a movie that Bonnie Raitt recorded. Have a Heart, Working on a Love Letter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Wow.
She wrote those tunes. She wrote a lot of tunes for a lot of people. So this was a band in San Francisco that was playing all her original stuff, except for one or two covers we might throw in just because we really liked it.
Yeah.
And so that band, we opened for Jefferson Starship. We opened for the Tubes. And I guess this is one of my more memorable gigs, just because it was the last gig I played with her before I moved back from San Francisco was at Bill Graham's club in San Francisco. It's called Wolfgang's. And we found out that Todd Rundgren was in the audience. And as it happened, we had worked out Open My Eyes as a cover song. So that was like our encore. We finished with Open My Eyes, playing it for Todd Rundgren.
Did you know he was in the...
We knew he was in the audience, yeah. So that was a whole lot of fun.
So what was the band in L.A. again?
The band in L.A. was called Evening Stage, and it was a really good band. We're doing pretty much all originals.
Were you touring like...
We didn't tour all that much, which is probably one of the reasons, why we never, we didn't make it big, because we basically just played around the Southern California area.
Oh, rough.
Yeah, we never went on the road and, lived out of a van in suitcases for weeks. But it was a really good band in terms of the songwriting. We got picked up by a manager who was a very high-powered guy. He had been in New York with Albert Grossman and co-managed, the band and Blood, Sweat and Tears and Dylan, to mention a few names. Whoa. He had moved out. He wanted to be on his own and moved out to L.A., but through a mutual connection, he started managing us. And so he got us, into the studio. We did really good demos, but we did an audition on the A&M soundstage, A&M Records. Yeah. But unfortunately, we kind of blew that audition. We broke a string and some other stuff happened, so that audition did not go well. So we didn't, ended up not getting a deal with A&M.
Wow.
But way the old cookie crumbles.
That's right. Well, that's cool. A lot of people don't have those experiences, musically speaking. I mean, that's a big deal. So that's cool. Yeah. Do you have any of those recordings?
I have a couple things back from Evening Stage, and then 10 years later, with Bonnie Hayes, we did an EP. Oh, which actually we did with my studio. I moved my studio stuff out there, and we recorded it with my equipment, but then we mixed it at the record plant in Sausalito.
And you got
we did an EP. Yeah, we have that's out on vinyl.
Oh. That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're still running your studio today, right?
Yeah. I have a couple. It's not super active like it was back when the Orbits recorded there.
Yeah, right.
Great record.
Well, great sound.
Thanks. I've done a lot of CDs there over the past 25 years or so with great musicians like you guys and Dave Black. Oh, yeah. A bunch of different genres too that I've really enjoyed doing. But it's kind of slowing down now, and which is fine by me. Sure. But I still do have a couple really good singer-songwriters I'm working with right now.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, is there like a website for your studio, or you just make the musicians kind of
it's really been word of mouth. I have a website. It's not currently up.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, if people are interested in hearing, your musical history, is there, can they find some of that stuff?
Well, I guess they'd probably kind of just have to know the names of the artists that have recorded there, like another great local singer-songwriter, Jane Godfrey. I'm sure you know her or know of her. Yeah. She's a fantastic writer, and she's done 2 CDs there. Ellen Gomez, again, like I said, Dave Black. There's no sort of central location where I've listed all the people I've done CDs with there, but
So if somebody wants to record there, they're just going to have to kind of
Oh,
approach you.
Yeah, I guess more or less, right? It's kind of
right. No,
kind
that's
of word of mouth.
No,
but
you've done a lot of work there, and the results of your sound is great.
yeah, well, thanks.
Yeah, that's very, I would say, professional. I mean, I don't know what else. It just sounds great. And
well, thanks.
Yeah, we love that studio.
very
I
nice
remember
to
we
hear.
had the keyboard player.
yeah, the keyboard player.
Gosh, she passed though. She passed away a few years ago. But
sorry
that was
to hear
fun.
that.
That was a fun. Bernadette Randall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a
Yeah.
highlight for us.
Yeah,
we were all
yeah.
hanging out there, man. Mm-hmm. It was cool.
Well, that's very cool to hear. Thanks.
Now,
Yeah.
are you still flying airplanes?
Not really. No,
Oh, okay.
no. I owned an airplane for a long time, and
Yeah.
I had a whole lot of fun with it. I flew it all over the country. Flew it out to Mount Rushmore, and I flew it to L.A. and back once, with stops in like Santa Fe and the Grand Canyon, and Vegas.
Oh, wow.
I had a wonderful grandmother who lived in Vegas because she liked to play poker.
Oh.
So when her
great.
husband died, she moved out to Vegas.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, so I stopped and saw her on the way back from flying out to L.A.
Oh, wow.
It was gas. I love flying.
Yeah.
But quite a while ago, I just started flying less and less, and so I finally sold my plane, and
Right.
I rented planes after that for a bit, but never. Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool thing you did.
it was. It was a whole lot of fun. Yeah.
Brave man.
Yeah.
But okay, well, I know you're playing the Atomic. This Thursday.
This Thursday,
Is it
July
still-
31st.
Oh, the last day of
Yeah,
July.
last
right?
day of July.
Okay, at 5:30.
5:30
Okay.
in the Atomic Lounge. Yep.
All right, great. Well, Billy, appreciate you coming over, man.
Oh,
and
it's been a lot of fun.
spending
Thanks.
time over here with us.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see your studio too. And
Oh, wow.
by the way, I've heard some stuff that has come out of this studio that sounds great too. The stuff you've been
kind.
working with Dan
Oh, yeah,
Dan Chopin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a project happening now with Toretta.
And me.
And you.
I forgot to mention that, but I'm glad I brought up
Yeah,
your
I'm
studio
glad, yeah.
because that's the other band I'm working with right now. Is
and it's all original, right?
It's all original stuff, yeah, because we have 3 pretty good writers,
Yeah,
Dan and David and myself,
I
and Rusty Parker is playing drums.
Oh, yeah, great,
yeah,
yeah.
and so that's been a whole lot of fun. We've been
Are there any places in the future you're going to be?
we're trying to figure that out, and we haven't, we still need a month or 2 of
Sure, yeah.
rehearsal to
Yeah.
to make it presentable, but
Well, we have to let us know about that, man. Because
Yeah.
That's going to be a big night.
Yeah, well, I will mention quickly. There's another studio. I've been helping another guy with consulting on equipment and acoustics and general studio stuff, and that studio is going to be called Studio 58, and it's out on Old Chesterfield Road, and it's going to be a really nice spot to hang out, jam, rehearse, record.
That's not that big building they're building on.
No, it's not that. It's not that big building. No, this is a 100-year-old house out there on Old Chesterfield Road that a good friend of mine named Jim Hennessy bought, and he loves to play guitar, and he decided to turn this house, which is next to his office, into a dedicated music studio, and
Wow.
and I'm thinking that might be our band, which Dan came up with the moniker of the Affectations. That might be we might do kind of like a house concert there.
Oh, cool.
Because the studio space is really nice size. He gutted this whole house, and the second floor is gone, so tall ceiling.
Whoa.
And it's a room that could certainly fit 30 or 40 people in it as an audience.
Yes,
Plus, so yeah, I think we might maybe we'll.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a really nice spot. So yeah.
If I don't get invited, I'm going to crash it.
Whoa, you definitely.
No, that sounds
You will
really
be
good.
invited.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you again, Billy, for coming
Yeah,
over
man.
and spending time here. And
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, we will look forward to your Atomic gig.
Yeah,
Atomic
with the
Cat-
deal. It's called I think it's called the Atomic Cowboy Lounge.
That's it. Yeah.
Cowboy
Sorry.
Lounge. Yeah.
Atomic Cowboy. Yeah. All right, cool. And we'll see you at the next gig.
All right.
Remember to like and subscribe to this podcast, and we'll see you backstage.